We are about to be joined by a young woman named Tattika, who you may have read about her story in the paper.
A horrible story.
It's a horrible story every parent would absolutely fear and dread. She lost her 3-week-old baby boy.
Yeah.
And the reason I think it's got a lot of press is because she had her boy in a sling, and a lot of people talk about whether slings are okay for babies or not, and how, there are theories out there that they cause suffocation, and Tattika hasn't spoken to anyone, but she contacted us because she is at breaking point now, and she's getting harassed so much, and she wants to share her side of the story. So she joins us now. She's just coming in through the door.
Take a seat. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
Yeah, well, as good as can be expected.
Yeah.
What a shit go.
I'm so sorry to hear of your loss.
Jackie just explained to me, because I had read the article. I'm very sorry. It's devastating news.
Yeah, no, it killed me.
Of course.
Ripped my heart out.
You contacted us. You wanted to come on here and have a chat because you've been bombarded by media and people on social media, and everyone wants to weigh in and have their point of view. Unsolicited, mind you. You don't want to hear anyone's point of view. You're going through one of the worst things anyone could ever go through.
So at the moment, trying to deal with
The loss,
the grieving, trying to get through that.
Yeah.
Not sleeping properly, trying to deal with the boys.
How many other children have you got?
So I've got the twin boys, Seth and Bailey.
Right.
They're 4, and I have just been bombarded. People are walking the streets, going to the local service stations, asking about me, and
trying to find out.
They eventually got my address.
Media are doing this.
Oh, the other press, newspapers, TV, all this shit.
Everyone. I've been getting Facebook messages.
What do they want from you? What do they just want to get a story? They want a conversation? What are they after?
They say they want to pay tribute.
Right.
But I didn't want to talk to anyone. I'm a mess at the moment. And the first thing that I ever read about it was 36-year-old mum walks baby and suffocates baby in sling.
Oh, my goodness.
It was like someone had ripped my heart out. That was the first article, and then it went on from there.
When you go through something like this, it is beyond devastating. But to add to that, the media and other people speculating that you're to blame, that's the part that...
open the paper, and then I'm getting all these calls, and, it's on the news and this and that. The whole baby wearing thing.
So, Tattika, I think a lot of people probably do want to hear your side of the story, and you're wanting to tell it, and people don't have the proper facts at this point. What actually happened? I mean, a lot of people saying, it's because of the sling. What happened?
On the day, so the labour in itself wasn't fantastic. The pregnancy, that was okay. The labour was a horror scene. He come out not breathing. I had to have an episiotomy. They suction the max amount of suctions. He come out with a big blood clot blister on his head, huge. It was all scabbed up and bleeding. He was covered in bruises from forceps. His whole
very
face.
difficult. The birth.
Yeah. And every time I laid him flat, and I'd say this to the nurses so many times, and I feel like, I just feel like it went on deaf ears. But every time I laid him flat on the bed, he would scream straight away. And it was like he was in pain. Right. And I would say that to the nurses. And
mum's intuition or something.
Yeah. And no, it's normal. And I'm like, well, it doesn't seem normal, but okay. And I did everything they told me to do. This particular morning, it was just routine weigh-in. I walked literally to the bakery, had a coffee, and he was feeding. And then between 9 and 9:10, something happened.
So was he in the sling at that point?
He was in the sling, which is where he was every single day whenever I went out. He'd never went in a pram because when I laid him flat, he
screamed, and you thought something's not right there. I want to hold him where he's not screaming.
I put him in the wrap, and I researched the wrap. So I tried the wrap on a million times before I put him in it. And then, I got to the clinic, spoke to the nurses, and when we pulled him out, that's when we realised he wasn't breathing, and they automatically put him on the table. They were trying to resuscitate. I was on the floor just screaming, And at the time, they brought in a resus machine, and it just seems like, you know, they couldn't get a tube, that they didn't have baby tubes.
Yeah.
They didn't have a baby oxygen mask on hand. No one could figure out how to turn the oxygen on.
It was mayhem.
It was horrible. I was on the floor just watching my baby try to get resuscitated, and I could do nothing to help him. And then, I don't know, I can't even tell you how long this went on for until the police had obviously come. The ambulance, they kept going, and then someone come in, and I just fell to the floor.
And it was too late then. There was nothing anyone could do.
There was nothing. He was gone.
How has it turned from a terrible tragedy into harassment and people wanting to point the finger at someone? How has that happened?
What they were aiming at maybe is the whole baby wearing awareness, but what they don't understand is that they are killing me on the inside. Like, what they are doing,
it's cruel.
It is horrendous. Like, they're standing at the front of my house and just putting letters in, like, the mailbox. It's just...
Lee, you want to be left alone. You want to be left alone.
And I don't want to have to feel like I can't take the kids outside.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because the coroner's report, and this is something people should know, the coroner's report has stated that your baby did not die of suffocation.
No, it says at the moment, no known reason.
Right.
That's it, no known reason.
They're still continuing,
they're
obviously.
Continuing the investigation.
And that takes a long time.
Yeah, they said that could take
a year or so.
Yeah, 8-9 months.
Do you think people, because they don't know, a lot of people react, they don't know the full story. A lot of people do this. They think they know the story, and then they throw in their 5 cents worth, and then the snowball starts. And people jump on. Everyone wants to have a say. You had, when you just said then, difficulty from birth, and they couldn't be laid down, all these things.
Yeah, so
you were a caring mum. You were doing what you thought was right, and there was nothing wrong with what you did.
I contacted you guys initially because it is like it's getting too much. Like, like having my boys on TV, having, you know, their photos in the paper, having, like, it's, you know,
it's unfair.
This is our personal.
Yeah.
Leave a family alone to deal with one of the most horrible things you can ever imagine.
Yeah, if they want to look into the baby wearing, they can do that after the investigation has taken place. Speak to the police legal team, what, you know, I'm sure, but not come knocking down a family, you know, grieving family.
In their worst time
it's
imaginable.
Hideous. It's hideous.
It really is. Tattika, we really appreciate you sharing your story with us, and I know that you know, there's nothing we can do to take away the pain that you're going through right now, but I know you, obviously, with what's happened, you've had a few financial struggles as well, and we'd just like to offer you $5,000 to help with that, so that, you know, because I know...
I don't expect that.
No, I know you don't. I know, but we wanted to help out in some way, and also allow you to tell your side of the story, because I just think people don't think and can't imagine how difficult it is for you. So, yeah, hopefully that takes some of that burden away. We're so sorry for your loss.
And you're so strong, and you got to be, because you got your other boys to take care of.
I mean, I'm trying to stay strong for them, and, like, I can't turn the TV on because I don't want them, you know, and to have to say to them, you know, like...
It feels like they're getting punished,
such
you know.
Good brothers, like
it feels like they're getting punished. No, they don't know that you can't watch TV for what reason. They just think, well, what's going on?
And they were such good brothers. Like, they had a song that they would sing to him, and when I was pregnant, they would sing. And I actually at his service, I had them singing with a little teddy bear for Harvey, and I had to say to them, like, you know, I had to explain to them his heart stopped, you know. Your brother's died and he's not coming back. And to say that to them, like, that killed me. Like, there's nothing worse. And I've had to say to people, you know, you can't tell him that he's sleeping and he's not, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. He's not going to come back.
How are they handling it? They're only little, but they know, right?
They know.
They see you. They feel your energy.
Yeah, they come. I do try to
push through it.
for them. But when they see me upset, they come up and they'll just give me a big cuddle and they say, "You're crying because of baby Harvey," and I'll say, "Yeah, sweetie, yeah, I'm just a bit sad," but they're such good boys.
Are they getting support that they need as well with
so they
counselling?
So they're going to a child's... we're all going to...
As Jackie said, there's nothing we can say or do, but it's going to change anything, obviously, but I'm glad that you wanted to come and share the full story, because maybe it'll just make people ease off.
Yeah,
so you can do what you've got to
do.
I can send a couple of Tongans up there maybe to sort some...
I think that's... well, if necessary, that's what we're going to do.
You give me the nod, right? You give me the nod.
Tattika, thank you so much.
Listen,
thank you.
Best of luck for getting through this as quickly as you humanly can.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Wow.
Thanks, Tattika.
It's unbelievable.